Hey guys, this is Dave from Homegrown Herbs. Thought I'd do something a little different today and introduce you guys to my small little sandboa collection. So I'm just going to go through a few of the animals and sort of through what they are and what plans are with them. This is Kenny. This is our little normal Kenyan sandboa. As you can see, he is a full grown adult. He's probably around 13-14 inches, something like that. As I say, he is fully grown. Super cute little boy, big chunky boy, likes his food, very rarely misses a meal. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about sandboas or whether you have any experience with sandboas. They can be a little more temperamental than royals. They can be a little nippy at times. I'm not saying always, they just tend to be a bit more jumpy, and I think that's mainly down to them being buried underground. They spend most of their time underground, so when you grab at them, can be a bit of a shock for them more than anything. Once they're handled, they're usually quite good, to be fair. They're not a starter snake, I wouldn't say, just down to them sometimes being a little finicky with food, especially babies. A large amount of babies do have to be live fed, even though shouldn't. A lot of people, especially the breeders that do them at the moment, live feed them. All mine are fed on 1004. Haven't bred yet. I am trying this year. Whether it happens or not is another thing. I will be attempting 1004 mine, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'll just get on to the next one for you. Okay guys, this is the next one. Again, this is another little male. Normal as sort. He is one of the babies of our Dodoma cross, so he does have the Dodoma gene, hopefully. As you can see, he does carry the sort of traits of the Dodoma with the nice circles. He's quite bright as well, so hopefully in the future he will be bred back to mom, to see if we can produce some nice solid Dodomas. But obviously we'll see how that goes. This little guy is only a CB15, so he'll be ready hopefully for next year's breeding season. We'll just see how that goes. These guys, to be fair, we kept two of the little babies back from when we brought this group originally. Came with a load of the babies from the mother I'll show you in a moment, and just kept two back, a male and a female. But he's, I would say, the prettiest one out of them. As you can see, super active, like most of them are. But again, just hopefully a gorgeous addition to the breeding team eventually. We'll see how that goes. But again, very super cute little boy. Okay, just get some more for you. Okay, this is the sister of the one you've just seen. As I say, it was one of the whole backs. This was actually chosen by my daughter. The boy that's in there was chosen by my lad. This one to me is a bit more normal looking. Whether it carries the trait, I don't know. I'm more inclined to think that the male does than this one. But again, does have a lot of round blotchings. So hopefully she may even carry the Dodoma gene as well, but we'll see how that goes. Again, this girl's super inquisitive. These two babies in particular have never been really very bitey or malicious. Quite calm little ones. So to be fair, I've never really had any problems with these. These fed very well from babies all the way up to now. They've never really ever missed a feed. Okay, let's get you another one out. Okay, this one is our little Snow. He has actually been breeding this year. Whether he proves out or not is another question. he has been put to our albino girl, which I'll show you in a moment. This little guy is, I wouldn't say he's naughty as such, he's very food orientated more than anything. Doesn't like to sit still, never has. He's a bit of a runner. Then boy, ready boy. So I think we'll do this one in my hand rather than on the table, because this little boy's just going to keep running. But as you can see, he's an absolutely gorgeous little snake. Very, very cute. Very inquisitive little animals these are, to be fair. Now, there is a bit of a debate with this guy. Good friend of mine, Barry Summerhayes, who is a big breeder of these over in Essex. He's under the impression that this isn't just a normal albino snow. He's under the impression that this is a T negative albino snow. I'm not overly sure yet, but we have bred him to our albino girl, so if it does produce with her, obviously if there is T-neg, then hopefully we will have albinos and T-neg albinos, which will prove what he is, but we'll see how that goes. But he is a super cute little snake. Okay, the lad's going to hold on to this one just to make sure she's nice and steady for us. This one is Zibby, the little Axanthic. This one came to us from Barry Summerhayes, as I mentioned earlier. They're close as striped as it comes. There's only a couple of little areas on it that are broken. Apart from that, she's close to being a stripe, so hopefully we can try to prove that out. This little girl is also het for albino as well, and the brother that you'll see is the opposite way round. That'll be an albino het for Axanthic. So hopefully eventually these two in the future will go back to each other as well. Hopefully get some nice animals in the future. But again, a very super pretty snake. These again, coming from Barry, have been non-stop feeders. Never been off the feed. To be fair, even in shed, some of these two have taken feed sometimes. So they don't seem to be bad little snakes at all. I do really advise you take a look at the guy and give him a shout, see what he's got available. He also is a big royal breeder as well. He also dabbles in false water cobras and a few other different little things, so he's always worth giving a shout. As I say, his name's Barry Summerhayes. You'll find him on Facebook. Awesome guy, brilliant to talk to, great cracking laugh, and always open to help, always willing to help. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. I owe a lot of my experience, a lot of my time to him. He has been massively helpful. Okay, this is our little albino, as I say, from Barry Summerhayes. As you can see, it does have a super bright orange markings, this one. Keeps that supported. The body does look as orange, but it's not. In real life it's more of a, how can I put it, sort of like a grey orange colour. The orange markings do actually really glow more than it shows on the camera, to be honest. Doesn't help really, but the sun shines a bit on the bright side as well. But again, this has been a powerhouse little feeder since we've had her. Him. This is only a CB16, so they're only just over a year old. But again, just super cute, pretty little animals. They are just very cute little animals, to be fair. Very inquisitive. They don't seem to like at all sitting still. Trying to get you a bit better shot of the patterning. It looks green now. That's better. So that's a bit more what she looks like. There we go, that's better. As I say, she is super bright, so I'm hoping she will give us some stunning babies in the future. Sorry, keep saying she. Okay. As I say, I am waiting for a new camera as well, trying to do a bit more better pictures for you guys. So the collection will have updates as I go through the years, so you will get better pictures and quality of these, because I do think these are understated, and these are, in my eyes, these are the next sort of phase that people need to be sort of jumping into from the Royals, because they are awesome little baby animals, to be fair. They are sexually dysmorphic, so the males are a lot smaller than the females. As I say, the two males I've just showed you, the snow and the normal, they were fully grown, averaging around 16 inches at the max. Females are around 3 feet. I will show you the two that I've got adult wise at the moment. There's a possibility they're pregnant, so I won't actually remove them from the tubs, but I'll just show you the sort of size difference. Okay, this is our Dodoma cross, Fortune. As I say, there's a possibility, I'm not saying she is, but there's a possibility she may be pregnant, as you can see by the rather large swelling down the bottom end. She has been off food for a little while, so I'm presuming that is babies, because she hasn't eaten for easy on a month now, which is unlike her, really unlike her. So I am hoping that she will be giving us some little babies soon. And so I don't want to disappoint her or upset her too much. I'm going to leave her be. But as you can see, she does have the traits, the little blotches all over her, the circle marks. So I am hoping that eventually we'll prove right in the future. But a gorgeous little snake. She's very moody at the moment, I won't lie. But normally she is a very, very well behaved snake. She has been one of the calmest and best behaved snakes we usually have, so I am sort of presuming that she's gravid. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, this is the last of the Kenyan sandboas. This is Hetty, our albino. As you can see, she is a lower contrast albino. She doesn't have that much orange to her at all. She still has markings. She's not as pale as she looks. In real life she is actually quite yellow. She's sort of like a, as the lad just says, like a royal banana type colour, with the orange markings. This girl again, even now I know I could touch her and there's not going to be a problem. She is a very, very cute little snake, never been naughty or aggressive at all. When she came to us, she was a very, very picky feeder. She has started to really start banging food down her now. She seems to have done the opposite to Hetty. Whether she's pregnant or not, we're not overly sure, but again, she's pounding food, and she has got a rather obvious swelling from like here around to about here. As you can see by her little rolls and ripples, she does look quite swollen. So we are hoping with her that she is pregnant too. As I say, she was paired to our snow, so I'm not 100% with the genetics on the sandboas yet, but I think it would work out that there will be all albinos, some being heteroxanthic, I presume that is how it would be, or whether all of them would be heteroxanthic due to the snow influence. But then there's obviously the fact that there might be two types of albino, because there's T negative and there's a normal, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it. Okay, so this is one of my 2 rough scale sandboas, slightly different to the Kenyans. Patternings are obviously completely different. And these guys do resemble a little boa in their face, and so they're extremely cute in the face, these guys are. Can't really get a good picture of them really, but they have sort of got the grey boa type face, which is super cute. But as I say, these rough scales, as you can see, has just decided to grab hold of my tag of my camera. Rough scales can be a little bit more frusty and a little bit more feisty than the Kenyans. They do require a lot more handling. This girl is, I won't say she is, but she is getting better than she has been. They can be, they don't like not having, I'll try and keep her supported, they don't like not having support at all, sort of awkward with one hand. They like to be supported pretty much all the time. They don't like surprises. By the looks of it, they seem to get very jumpy over it quite quickly. Compared to the Kenyans, I mean, you can sort of, to an extent with the Kenyans, you can actually root around in the tub to try and find them. These guys, you stuck your hand in the tub and had a root around, it stands a good chance they'll bite you. Just for the simple reason they're very much fooding orientated, so they will take a pop at anything that sticks their hands in. But as I say, it's more support with these guys than anything else. But again, these, to be honest, I really wish I could get hold to more of these. There don't seem to be so many of these about. To me, they're gorgeous looking animals. In my eyes, they remind me of a venomous. The patternings are very much something you'd expect to see on a venomous type snake, which to me is just flabbergasting, and I always find venomous absolutely gorgeous anyway. And just a little teaser, there will be in the next few weeks, there will be a trip up to a good friend of mine's venomous collection in a place called Buzzard Leighton. Sorry, Leighton Buzzard Leighton. Yeah, Leighton Buzzard. Guy named Julian Clare that I have become good friends with off Facebook, and I will be going up to see his collection and taking my kids up to see his HOTS room, just because the kids are as mad as me. So I will be taking you guys along to that, and obviously letting you see a few of those. Okay, this is the last of my sandboa collection, and obviously the last of my rough scales. This is the little male. Again, these are only, I think, CBs 15 or 16, I think they're 15s. These came to us, both of them, as quite picky feeders when they first came. The female that I've just showed you actually went the best part of 5 months without food. She took one feed in that time. Took us a while to get them right, down to environment and also temperature. We did fluctuate a few with different temps. These guys actually do require a little hotter temperatures than the royals, and we actually keep ours at we actually keep ours at around about the 34-35 mark, usually around 34. They seem quite happy with that, and they feed very well like that. But again, I will say, just awesome little animals, absolutely awesome. I mean, face like that, how can you not love it? These don't have as much of as a sort of upturned duck bill nose like the Kenyans have. As I say, they do resemble more of a full-on boa's face than the Kenyans. But I do find these really fascinating. So anyway guys, hope you guys are having a brilliant season. For all the breeders out there, all the guys just keeping and enjoying their reptiles, I hope you're having a fantastic time. Take care everybody, and as always, let's teach, not preach. Thanks.